We all want to reduce the costs of our trips, right? In this video, I'm gonna tell you how. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with me. Welcome back. Unless you're some kind of bored millionaire and the cons don't matter to you, keep watching because in the following few minutes I'm gonna help you to reduce the cost of your trip significantly with more than 30%. I promise you won't be disappointed. Number 1. Choose the right destination. In my opinion, this is the most important from all 5 that I plan to list it here, and it will save you the biggest amount of money. So choose it very carefully with a clear idea how much the trip will cost you. It is obvious that North America, Great Britain or Scandinavian countries will cost you much more than Eastern Europe, Africa or Asia. So choose the destination very carefully because this will determine how much money you're going to spend in the area that you plan to ride. By choosing a cheaper option, you will maximize your riding time and minimize the costs. If you think that that specific trip is going to be too expensive, just leave it for another time. Many things might change in the future. Political, logistical or financial situation. Who knows, you might even find some sponsors. Number 2, get the right motorcycle. The brand and the model don't matter, but it needs to be affordable to buy and maintain on the road. Also, it has to be reliable with easy accessible spare parts everywhere around the world. These few requirements will help you save a huge amount of money for the time you own and ride this motorcycle, and this itself will reduce the cost of any future trip that you plan to make with it. You don't need to change it every year or every few trips. You paid for and modified it only once, and then with a proper maintenance and a bit of luck, you'll be able to ride it for many years. The longer you keep it, the more money it will save you. That's why I always suggest buying a motorcycle with brain, not with heart. Also to have longevity, not performance of the model in mind. Because all of these fantastic features, great design and endless power don't matter when you have a breakdown situation, especially in the middle of nowhere. Number 3. Reduce the speed. If you ride with 100 km per hour instead of 140 km per hour, you will reduce the petrol consumption with at least 30%. It will be the same for the life of your tires, chains, sprockets and many more. I'm not going even to discuss the possibility to have a speed ticket. On long trips, like the one I did to Magadan 2 years ago, 40,000 kilometers, and last year to South America, 32,000 kilometers, the amount that I can save by only reducing the speed with 30-40 kilometers is more than $1,000. And this amount does not include any possible tickets, speed tickets that I might have over there. So if this amount is nothing for you and you can afford it, twist the throttle. I just cannot. Also, by slowing down, you will reduce fatigue that usually accumulated on long trips, and this will give you the chance to ride more kilometers without even being tired. And this itself will save you more money from hotels, food and all of this stuff that usually comes with more days and more kilometers on the road. Another also very important factor that is not directly related to money, but it is very important, is safety. The lower the speed is, the more time for reaction you'll have in emergency situations. Number 4. Find a proper accommodation. It doesn't matter what it will be, a hotel, a hostel, a guest house or tent. Make sure that it is the right option in the right moment in the specific part of the trip. I know that it sounds a little bit confusing, so let me explain to you what exactly I mean. Tent, it's a good option, but not always. For example, if the weather is too cold or too hot, you won't be able to sleep well, and this will have very serious negative effect on your efficiency. You won't be able to get the same miles on the day after that. And if it's repeated day after day, man, this will be very, very bad after a week. So make sure that you have the right option in the right moment. Also, on your trips, you're gonna have some rainy days. And here you might stop me and say, Pavel, listen, my tent is 100% waterproof. I can spend the night inside without any problems. I'm sure you can. But early morning, if it's still raining, you have to fold your tent while it's wet. Which means that on the next evening, when you open it, it will be wet even inside because of the dampness. And even if it does not rain at all, if you have a clear sky, early morning, you'll still have a wet tent because of the temperature difference between night and day, and you still need to wait until 8 or probably 9 o'clock. You need a sunrise and some heat to dry your tent, so you won't be able to fold your tent before 9 o'clock in the morning. And all of this is a lot of time. Again, you might say a few hours per day are not a problem. Yes, but a few hours per day will become a day in a week, and maybe almost a week in a month. And if your trip is like 3 months long, you will lose probably like 2-3 weeks because of the time that you're losing every morning for your tent. It's another story how comfortable it is to sleep in the tent every single day. But let's focus only on the time, because the time is money. The more days you travel, the more time you spend on the road, there will be more money for hotels, for food, and all of this will raise the overall price of your journey. Number 5, be careful with the food. $20 for breakfast, $30 for lunch, and another $30 for dinner makes altogether $80. Fair enough, for many people, especially around USA and Europe, that's normal. But it is still $80 per day for food only. For 1 month, you're gonna spend $2,400. For your information, my entire trip to South America, 3 months, 32,000 kilometers, costed me altogether less than $6,000, except the motorcycle. But anything else, food, accommodation, petrol, everything. So this $2,400 per month of food only, for me sounds like way too much. By eating where the locals eat or buying your food from supermarkets will save you another probably around 30%. And this is a perfect option, especially when you spend the night in a hostel or guest house where they have a kitchen. So you can buy some products from the supermarket and have a nice dinner prepared from you, and then you'll have some products left for the morning. And this, of course, saves a lot of money, as I said, when you have access to kitchen. Many will say that if you sleep in a tent and have a gas stove, you can prepare also very cheap meals. That's true, you can do it. But for that purpose, you'll need many more different things, like you'll need some kind of pot and spoon, knife, fork, salt, maybe some plate to eat on it, maybe a wooden plate to cut things. Then you need to buy specific products, and you're not gonna have the same conditions that you're gonna have if you have access to kitchen. But all of this stuff will require some place in your luggage. And don't forget that when you finish with your meal, you have to clean it. So you'll need some kind of cleaning materials as well. And without even notice it, you're gonna add an additional 2, 3, maybe 5 kilograms in your luggage. And as I said many times, the weight always matters. Many enjoyed this process to prepare their food, to have this adventurous type of trips where they open the tent next to the river and prepare their own meals. And I get it, I understand all of this, but it's very nice when you need to make it once or twice, maybe a weekend trip or something like that. But when you have so many kilometers to cover, when you're on a long trip, when you spend weeks and months on the road, man, you won't like it. You don't want to prepare your meal like this every night. Believe me, I've tried this as well. Also, there is no person in the world who will convince me that to eat prefabricated rice or pasta is better than steak and potatoes. And even though you can prepare steak and potatoes in this mini stove as well, it's gonna be way more difficult. As I said, it will require different tools and different things to do it, and it is not so sustainable to do it every single day. It's completely different story when you have kitchen. And we've done it with my friend Plamen many times on my trip to South America. I also done it in many kitchens around the world. In the end, it all comes down to efficiency. As I told you, the tent and camping will slow you down, and time is money. But of course, the final decision is yours, and there is nothing I can do about it. Anyway, press like or dislike whatever the video deserves. If you subscribe, even better. See you in the next one. Ciao.